Did you hear that, people? He said he was born ready, but you couldn't have heard it because I just hit the recording button. But he was born ready all the same. Are you ready to
Man,
sing? Is the question. This early in the morning.
dancing at the zombie zoo. Dancing at the zombie zoo. Painted in a corner, and all she wants to do is dance down at the zombie zoo. All right.
What do you think a zombie zoo would even be? Like, is it a zoo of zombies or is it a zoo for zombies?
I'm not sure. That's a Tom Petty song, and I think maybe it refers to just like the rat race,
Mm-hmm.
or it's about a girl who like wants to go out and dance and wear makeup. So maybe he's just saying like, oh, that nightclub is a zombie zoo full of freaks or something. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
I still like it. It's still a Halloween staple of mine when I'm listening to stuff.
David, last time we posed the question if there had ever been a zombie movie where
Yeah,
humanity wasn't the bad guy,
yeah.
and I think I found one.
Which one?
The zombie rom com one, Warm
Oh, Warm
Bodies.
Bodies. Yeah.
Technically, the dad does shoot the zombie boyfriend a few times, but it's more like, oh, this is a dangerous being to be around my daughter. And at the end of that movie, they all team up to fight the Bonies, which are zombies who have completely lost their humanity. So the
Yes.
humanity zombies fight the non-humanity zombies with the humans' help. So I would argue that that's absolutely a movie where humanity is not the bad guy.
I remember that.
Yep. So there is one out there.
Yeah. And I would dare say World War Z, the movie, is which is part of why I don't like it that much. I don't think it's terribly like getting into the. It's mainly just like, hey, Brad Pitt, you're a good man. You
Well,
got to
it's
go
funny
fight
because
the zombies.
really the book is not a humanity is the bad guy either. Like it's kind of like
Oh,
it's one of the craziest. World War Z is so crazy because like you have an incredible book, and I kind of get like that book would be very hard to adapt because again it's a
yeah, yeah,
documentary. It's literally a historical novel.
yeah.
It's a mock historical novel, but like on that case, any if there was ever a movie to make into a mockumentary, it would have been the book mockumentary, and it's kind of crazy that they didn't do that. That they instead made this very generic, not very good, not very interesting zombie movie in
No,
response to it.
fully agreed. Like it would be hard to adapt, but also that's kind of where the juice is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's kind of, and it's very disappointing to me that they picked the lazy option of like this is hard to adapt. Why don't we choose to not adapt it at all?
and again, it's not like mockumentaries are not a thing. That's been a tried and true format for years, and it's so
And
crazy to me
even
that they didn't
in
do
and
that.
especially and see our previous episodes on Blair Witch and Exists, like not only is the mockumentary a tried and true format, but this was like during very peak found footage time. So I feel like the public would have been very willing. I feel like if you'd done World War Z right, it could have almost been like in the way like Thanksgiving is the biggest, most epic slasher of all. Like World War Z could have been the biggest, most epic found footage horror movie
It could
of
have
them
been.
all.
It could have been the zombie found footage movie too.
Yeah.
But like,
But
and
instead, it was kind of like, yeah, Brad Pitt will fight them CGI zombies. They'll run around in a big horde.
yeah, and like in World War Z, and like even the book doesn't do the whole it's kind of not a humanity as a bad guy story because it's more focused on like fighting the zombies and stuff. So they kind of did the same thing, but just in a much lamer way, which is also very funny in a much more boring and lamer way.
Very much. Yeah, yeah. That's an example of like doing a humanity unites against the zombies movie in the least interesting way
Yeah.
like possible.
Oh.
'Cause even Warm Bodies, at least, is kind of complicated because it's about
Yeah.
humanity overcoming their prejudices against the zombies to be like, hey, this love is true or whatever.
And finding out
Um,
that love brings back dead people.
yeah. Though the Bonies thing is kind of goofy because it's like, oh, how can there be peace between the zombies and the humans? What if there was like a third category that both of them could hate? Like,
I've only ever seen that movie once, so I couldn't tell you if it was good or not. I was just remembering it this morning when I was thinking about 28 weeks later, which is the movie we're going to be watching today.
Oh yeah, I did see Warm Bodies actually at a drive-in with like a group of friends.
Ooh,
And
I
I
love a
remember
good
it not being
drive-in.
great, but kind of having a good time. If that's
Yeah, I love a good drive-in. It's been so long. It's been so long.
it's been so many years.
When was the last time you drove in?
What?
When was the last time you went to a drive-in?
Shit. Dang, it was like 2017, 18, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what the movie was. Not Mortal Kombat, but something kind of like it, like a franchisee adaptation thing. It would have been like 2016, 2017. Not Atomic Blonde, but kind of in that vibe.
Gotcha. A real like actiony movie by the sounds of it.
Yep.
You went and
That
saw
was
Fast whatever one was out at the drive-in.
that could very well have been one of them, yeah.
Oh,
Maybe it was no, that was at the $3 theater, but was Fate of the Furious.
that would have been very funny though if you had been like, I have to go see. There's only one way to see these Fast movies, and that's in my car, just like Dominic Toretto.
By which I mean I'm gonna break my car and just sit like a fool watching it.
Oh man. All right, man. Well, I think we're ready. I'm ready if you're ready to watch some more 28
I'm ready.
hours.
I'm lined up. I have the opening seconds of the 20th Century Fox logo. I see
All right.
like we're looking down from a bird's eye view at a 20.
All right. Then we're gonna get started here. I do not think of mine has ads this time, but we'll see because Amazon does this weird thing now where it likes this. Oh wait, this is Shutter. Maybe Shutter will be kinder. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna count us down in 3, a 2, a 1.
All right, the searchlights are swinging around.
Oh man, can you
So
believe the
yeah, you
last
slept
time we
on.
saw this, it was getting blown up or something in Deadpool and Wolverine? This logo.
Yeah, they fought in the exploded ruins of it or
Yeah.
whatever. Ooh, and Fox Atomic, which like double doesn't exist anymore because that was like a subsidiary for their like badass stuff or
Does
whatever.
FX still exist, right? I gotta imagine it does.
Yeah,
Hulu
FX
likes
I
to
think is
be
still
like,
just called FX.
because Hulu likes to tell me all the time, oh, we got all the stuff from FX there.
But Fox Atomic did Hills Have Eyes 2 and the comebacks and the rocker. Like it was kind of and Miss March. It was more like the and what's that action movie? 12 Rounds
Oh, it's not
with
your
John
mama's,
Cena.
not your mama's Fox.
Exactly. I think they only made those 5 before. Yeah, they just were like, we don't need an edgy Fox like category. Our boy Robert Carlyle
Oh shit.
of Ravenous, and he's the Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, I was about to say I know him best from. Unfortunately, I know him best from Once Upon a Time.
But he's so good in Ravenous. You like Ravenous? That's the cannibal movie
Yes, I do like Ravenous.
with Guy Pearce, where he's the villain. Also, Robert Carlyle was almost the 11th Doctor. He was like very far along in the casting before audition process before he lost to Matt Smith. So he was like one of their next choices
I
down the
don't.
line.
That is. I mean, I can't. I love Matt Smith so much, but I would have liked to have seen him be a doctor. I don't think I would have liked to, because I imagine they would have kept much of what they storyboarded for, Matt Smith Doctor, and he would have been a version of Matt Smith Doctor. I don't know
Yeah,
if that
like
would
he
have worked
probably
as much.
yeah he would have probably still like been friends with Amy Pond and whatnot.
Yeah, and a little bit of a goofy Doctor, but he's a little
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because again, my primary experience with him has been as a villain, but he doesn't strike me as a goofy comedic type
Yeah,
doctor.
he could have been more of a like Capaldi Doctor, but yeah, I feel like with Amy Pond, he has to really be kind of like the childhood imaginary friend,
Yeah.
like
and I feel like he's a little too creepy.
Yeah, yeah.
Aw, but they're smooching.
They're having
Getting the
dinner.
best.
They're having dinner in the dark.
Yeah. Kissing in the dark. That's not a song. I just made that up. But be careful when you're kissing in the dark.
I was about to say, there's got to be a kissing in the dark.
Probably. So
This feels kind of like a suicide dinner.
Yeah, it seems very end of it all kind of is the vibe you're getting. But maybe they're just in a melancholy mood because of the zombie apocalypse and all. Yeah, these guys need to lighten up. They're getting chocolate and blackberries. Oh wait, he's smelling the blackberries and vanilla in the drink.
Just like you do now, since you're such a big wine connoisseur.
Yep. Got my morning cup of wine here and I'm sniffing it. No, I'm kidding, listeners. I am drinking Old McDonald's coffee with 2% milk and sugar-free vanilla creamer thrown in.
I have my breakfast of champions, a cherry Pepsi.
Nice.
I
were you able to abstain even though the movie was?
I didn't drink one yesterday. No, when we were watching 28 Days Later.
All right, good. So this is like one of the two you get, right? Not to recap your diet on air because none of the
That's an attempt at least. It's hit and miss some days.
Yeah. I mean that's unfortunately how it goes because also my diet is at the moment is a long story of trying and failing and succeeding for a few days, but
it's a journey, not a destination, man.
Exactly, and you just get back on the bike and try again.
And it's so funny because I love water. Like I can drink water all day too, but like I just can't end my relationship with soda either. Like I just can't.
That's just gonna be your one, in the same way like when you're a recovering meth addict, you smoke a lot or whatever. You just gotta be like, hey man, I'm gonna have one bad habit that'll never go away. I need one at least. And honestly, soda, if you get it down to like one a day, that's fine.
Yeah.
And
it's the getting it down to one a day.
Yeah, I think that's totally, a world with zero soda is a world without living. That's not true. Anyway, they let this old lady in.
No, it was David as a child. As the complete opposite of an old lady.
Oh, yeah.
The child.
I thought there was also an old lady at the door because he had like very blonde hair, which I thought was gray. And then I was like, oh, and unrelated, they also let a kid in. So I was confused. I thought, oh shit, that was a bad idea.
I thought that, the zombies come out in the day now.
Yeah, man.
They've evolved.
The zombies have also made some good lifestyle choices. They're now getting their 8 hours at night, and now they're a healthier zombie. Whoa. So this one's not directed by Danny Boyle. It's directed by the guy who ended up directing that Damsel movie with Millie Bobby Brown. The dragon.
I saw Damsel.
How was it?
I'm one of probably only 2 people that saw Damsel. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, kind of was into it just because, and I like spoilers. I like 28 Weeks Later. It's my least favorite of the 3 I've seen so far, but I think it's actually surprisingly good at the horror bits. It's very intense and like scary. And this opening is incredibly iconic. I think the Boondocks parodied it, actually. where he's getting chased by a bunch of I think Stinkmeaner is the granddad's old man nemesis, and he dreams that like an army of them are chasing them up the house, and it's all these shots are like remade, which is very funny.
Boondocks is also a show I've only ever seen clips of. I've never watched.
It's good. I'm curious how it holds up because it was very like
Of
it
the
was
time,
very
right?
Yeah, it was very political and specifically like 2000s, like Bush Obama era. So I'm curious if it like still makes sense to the modern head, or if it was like kind of like South Park. Like it was very of the moment. So sometimes those episodes don't age well because they're talking about such like specific things in news and culture. And oh man, oh this scene.
What would
He was
what would
left.
this man even do anyways? There's like 5 zombies in there.
He was
And he might
he
also
might
be
as
going
well.
around. He might also like well, I mean obviously he's not cuz he just jumped off, but like I wouldn't
Yeah.
immediately think that my husband had abandoned me.
No, it's true. She's probably in there going like, "Well, I'm sure he's coming around." Okay, well
Oh,
that's
there
he
you go.
sees.
That's
Yeah. But yeah, she was probably like, "Don't worry, he's coming around the back to help us." Nope. Oh, this scene is terrifying. It's like a very scary game of tag here.
Now I have something to probably admit.
What?
I would probably have also been Don in that situation.
Oh yeah.
I
No,
have
no,
a
no.
really
As a,
strong like survival sense.
mm,
Like
no,
if
I'm
my
a
survival is kind of threatened, I usually go into oh shit, I gotta save myself mode.
yeah, I'm a tremendous coward. So no, I would probably be done too.
Yeah.
My only question is though, as I get older, I have a little bit maybe because I've seen enough movies about Dons that I feel kind of the social pressure of like,
Not being a Don.
well, yeah, it sucks because I'm kind of like, geez, well, if I if they survive, they're gonna really hate me. So yeah, I guess I gotta be a man and protect, the women and children
Yeah.
in the room or whatever, like, and it's very reluctant, but I'm kind of like, I weigh the options and go, yeah, I guess I gotta die today because otherwise, I'll get yelled at. Um, Man, you got that zombie in the boat. Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah, that'd be me.
Yeah. Aw, leaving his casita behind. Well, he's got a bright future ahead. The sun's on his face. He's got the wind behind his sails. He's
Nowhere to
time to
go
move
but
on.
up.
Yep,
He's recently
exactly. Time to
signal.
move on, Don.
He's recently single.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Recently single. Yeah, exactly. It's like we were talking about with dieting. Like, all right. I lost another family, but you know what? No use like wallowing in self pity. Just got to try again. Just gotta start over. Ooh, we're learning what happened. So I guess that happened to Dawn during the 28 days. Latering.
Yeah, but now we're
Now we're getting some weeks under our belt. Like I said, I would do a prequel called 28 Seconds Later. That's only 27 minutes long because it can't go up to because then you have to do 28 minutes later. So I would do that, and then 28 minutes later, that's a little more wiggle room. That can be a feature. But I
Right,
can't
right.
brush up against 28 hours later, which will then be the third in this trilogy.
Oh, look, there's our boy Renner. Doyle.
I quite liked him in Wake Up Dead Man.
Yeah, me and you both.
I know it's a little controversial because one, he sucks in his personal life, like he's just kind of a putz. And also like a lot of people say he's like a very bland, boring actor. But I've always kind of liked Jeremy Renner as a performer. I have no problem with him. Like as an actor,
What's his personal life stuff? Is he like, what makes him kind of a
Oh,
putz?
he just did like shit like the Jeremy Renner app.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which was lame, and I think he's a bad partner. Not to shit on the man.
Oh
But
yeah.
I think he there was some domestic stuff or a misconduct of a sexual nature. So like he's a he ain't great.
Yeah. He ain't a great dude.
Yeah, so this is the slagging off Jeremy Renner podcast. We're trying to like signal boost that he sucks. That's my goal. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, quite the opposite. I only brought it up to say, despite that, I actually still think he's a very
He's not a bad actor.
Character actor.
He's just never been in anything that's really good besides like I hate to say it, the recent stuff like Dead Man, but like before that, like really the only thing I would say I love him in was the MCU stuff, but only because most of the other stuff he's in has been kind of eh.
I don't know. He was in Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford, which is excellent. I mean, he's like one of like 20 people in that movie, but still, good movie.
I've heard he's good in Hurt Locker. I've never seen Hurt Locker, but I've heard he's good in it.
I mean, Hurt Locker is one of those movies where I'm like, yeah, it's great, but I don't really like it. Like, it's one of those where like I give it respect, but it's not one I've ever cared about. But he's excellent in it. That was kind of put him on the map.
Gotcha.
And then
because the only thing I've ever seen him in is stuff like Tag and like
well, you got Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, Ghost Protocol. Yeah.
So again, he's not like the reason you like that. I don't like it for him.
I wouldn't say he's very good in that movie, but
he's really good in The Immigrant, which is the period drama with Marion Cotillard and Joaquin Phoenix, where like Joaquin Phoenix is a big jerk that like wants to marry Marion Cotillard, and Jeremy Renner's her like his much nicer brother, who they kind of have a love for, but Joaquin Phoenix is a big butt, so he's not letting it happen. He's good in that. American Hustle, he's kind of funny in. He's like their Mark.
I remember him being kind of funny in American Hustle.
Yeah, because he's like a very dumb, sweet guy that they're hustling.
Yeah.
Arrival, he's excellent in the Denis Villeneuve, Amy Adams alien movie. So yeah, he's got some juice.
He's got some juice.
Yeah, but honestly, if the main thing is him as Hawkeye, he's also pretty good as Hawkeye. I know everyone's like, what's the point of Hawkeye? Because the other ones have superpowers.
Oh,
but like that's always been dopey to me.
That is, people who say that do not understand the point of the Avengers. We've talked about it before, how the the Justice League versus Avengers, like the Avengers. I mean, yes, they do have one literal god on the team, but the point of the Avengers is not that they're all powerful godly beings.
No,
it's not Justice League.
And the fun of it is that it's watching a variety of superpowers.
Yeah.
Whereas I do think, Justice League. Often, especially the cartoon where they do flying Wonder Woman, it's like, so you got like her Superman, Martian Manhunter, like half of them have almost the same power,
Yep.
like power set with like some slight variation differences.
Yeah, they're literally the exact same. So Wonder Woman and Superman technically do the same thing, and that doesn't mean that they're bad. I mean they have really cool differences. Personality and history wise, but power wise, they are very much the same. They are very much the same tool set.
No, totally. And Martian Manhunter, I know he has shape shifting and mind reading, but essentially he is a big, strong guy in a cape that flies around, like in practice. Like when he's fighting for the team. That's mostly what comes into play.
That's why I prefer of the cartoons, Justice League Unlimited is my favorite because it's so variedied and weird.
Yeah, you get a different weird obscure DC guy every.
Yeah.
It was very proto like Brave and the Bold, and then Brave and the Bold took that even further, got even more like down the tier list, which is awesome. Yeah, I prefer like
We've talked about this before. I don't know if we've ever talked about it on commentary, but we've talked before about how like Batman has never had a bad animated show.
Oh yeah. I would need to. There's now a bunch I haven't seen. I mean,
oh shit!
Beware the.
I didn't think he was coming back, Dawn.
Yeah, no.
Oh, did he have a second family?
No, I think I think they may have survived, if I'm remembering. Which is extra.
That's not the same woman.
I think that's his kid or something.
Yeah, but who's that?
That lady. She's not his wife, I don't think.
The lady he was kissing in the thing he called wife. That's not the same lady.
No, that's Imogen Poots as his daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is his daughter and son. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's definitely not his wife.
No, his wife was I don't remember the actress's name, but no, different lady.
Gotcha.
Well, this is his kids who he's reuniting with.
Awkward.
I know, because now they're gonna have to.
Now they're gonna have to talk about his dead wife.
Yeah. And there she is. I forgot Rose Byrne was in this too. I like Rose Byrne.
I like Rose Byrne too. Oh shit! There's our Idris Elba.
Yeah, you're getting some of the Idris Elba. Hello, Idris Elba. Got a deep voice.
Mm-hmm.
I was the star of The Wire. See, Jeremy Renner, I think, has better filmography than Idris Elba, who I actually prefer, but I think I've slagged him off on this show.
Well, Idris Elba is one of those guys who will do shit for money.
Exactly.
It's the only reason. The only reason why he would be at Hobbs and Shaw is because they parked a boatload of money in front of him.
Exactly. He has a very bad filmography relative to his talents. I think he's undervaluing himself.
He was just in that Amazon movie with John Cena where they play heads, John Cena's the president and he's the prime minister.
And they're handcuffed together, right?
Yeah, they're like handcuffed together or something.
Like the Defiant ones. I do kind of still want to see that movie because that's a very silly. I was gonna say a very silly premise.
Yeah, they like have to fight. They have to fight the terrorists on their own or something like that.
Yeah, Heads of State. That's the movie.
Speaking of toilets and chemical toilets, I just found out something very interesting. Did you know in Thailand they don't want you to flush toilet paper down the toilet?
Oh, interesting. I mean,
you have to like put it in a diaper bin type thing, I guess, and throw it away.
I mean, I've been to. Not been to. I've lived in several apartments, which they're basically like, "Hey, man, toilet paper and that's it," which I think is true everywhere, but like, sometimes they're real hardcore about like, even toilet paper, don't abuse. So like, because the plumbing of the crappy ass building can't handle it or whatever.
Yeah.
And not that you should be like, you shouldn't be using your toilet paper. You shouldn't be using your toilet as like a trash receptacle, obviously. But yeah,
I'm kind of interested to that. That's kind of gross, but
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
kind of gross but interesting at the same time.
yeah, doesn't make as much sense to me as like a bidet. I understand that that's probably a much better approach, but it's just hard to culturally get people to be down for not wiping. But
Oh, dude, I would absolutely if I could, I'd get a bidet in a heartbeat. I
yeah, man,
bet you it's a very pleasant experience
I
without
agree. I bet it
TMIing.
feels like
Yeah.
well, I bet it feels like a luxury. You're
Yeah.
like, ooh, it's like the Jetsons. Everything's being done free.
And then I ran like a coward.
Yeah, yeah. I
No, you
tried to go
didn't.
back,
You did not.
and she was already
I
gone.
mean, I would tell my kids the same lie just because, like, at that point, what do you gain by being like, oh yeah, I couldn't get to your mother, so I ran.
Yeah, yeah.
Eh,
Yeah, I'm pretty much with it. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
sure. Why
And
not?
like that's not
Lie.
an inaccurate statement. No, there was nothing I could do. I mean, the house was swarmed with
No, no, I'm not
infected.
actually. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
necessarily.
I'm not a military badass. I don't know how to. I don't know how to fight. So
Yeah, that's always the question in these kinds of tales, like in Force Majeure, where the avalanche happens and he just runs screaming like a coward, and leaves his family behind. And then he's all guilt-ridden and awkward about it later because it was not a false alarm, but like everyone survived. But um, yeah, where it's like, well, that's a little different because he actively like pushes them out of the way to like clear the table, which is very funny. Um, but yeah, it's always kind of that question of like, is it better to go back even though it's hopeless so you can die with your loved ones?
I am not of that mindset. I choose life too much for that. Up, I hear faint wrestling.
Uh-oh. I saw faint rustling on the subtitles. Oh, this is the dude from Lost, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, lost one day.
Harold Perrineau, who is also the villain of, I think, season 5 of Sons of Anarchy. I think he's the guy who kills Opie.
Oh,
Has him
our
beaten up in prison.
our
Spoilers
soon to
for
be Kratos.
yeah, upcoming Kratos.
Which
And
is really good
he's in the Odyssey.
casting. Wait, is he in Odyssey?
Yeah, he's in the Chris Nolan Odyssey.
Oh
I mean,
shit!
probably with like 100 other characters, but like still, that's cool.
That guy got me twice with that. Renner made me jump both times.
It's like, oh, it's him. What are you doing here?
It is kind of interesting that they're just like, at least for the beginning of this movie, it's just like, oh, the zombie apocalypse is done.
Yeah, yeah, this is actually, well, I guess it sort of tracks with what we see at the end of the 28 days later, where like they're all dying in the street and what have you.
Yeah.
Like they definitely seem on their way out by and the end of the first one when they're putting up the rescue, flag or the help, or hello, whatever.
Hello.
I saw it yesterday, and I'm already like, what? Who?
Oh yeah.
I love this job,
I
which is
mean, to be fair,
watching.
if you were asked to watch over a building and had nothing else to do, I think most people would resort to voyeurism. We're just not built to do
Yeah,
nothing for.
just doing the peeping
Yeah.
toms, what have you. He's like, oh yeah, sexy lady. Doing it with the crosshairs is kind of scary though. Like, and I know, I'm sure he's a steady shot. He's Hawkeye after all, but I I don't know. Whoa, he had a confusing dream.
It seems like the boy had a confusing dream, which is kind of
Yeah,
weird.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I had a weird dream where my mom took her face off and there was only a little bit of blood. Actually, wasn't as intense as other scary dreams in horror movies. It wasn't even as intense as when Cillian Murphy wakes up and everyone's abandoned him again.
No, not even remotely. It's a very slow movie.
Yeah, 28 weeks later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just kind of living in a house, being like, "Hey, we're acclimating to our new apartment." Jeremy Renner is watching over, is our silent protector.
Oh no, the kids are going beyond the quarantine zone.
bad
That's
bad idea. They're getting into shenanigans.
dude. Why? Like, why would you even like?
They're a
In
bunch
what
of random
universe? In what world does that make sense? Just get a picture of your mom.
because he's starting to forget her, Tanner. Oh, and Jeremy Renner immediately is like, "The hell's going on there?" Stray dogs, no puppies. No, I don't mean dog. I mean peep. That if this were a funnier movie, that could have been a back and forth for a little bit. You know? No, I mean little children. Oh, you mean like very young dogs? No, I mean for two humans. Yeah, maybe it gets real good, but I really like this one mainly for the opening. Um, but we'll see. Also, I think this is the only one not written by Alex Garland. So that might also be why it's like kind of whatever. Are you there, Tanner?
Yes, I'm just watching.
All
I'm
right.
trying to understand why these kids. Like, I thought the goal was to go to the home, go to the picture, and
Yeah,
then go. Why are we poking into random buildings?
they're getting a little distracted by the fun stuff. They found a dead body, which is always fun. Yeah, it's kind of wild. I guess they might have had some crazy adventures that made them more like daring, but they seemed pretty sheltered. So I'm
Yeah.
kind of like, it's interesting that they're this outgoing. But honestly, that probably would have been a more interesting film, is seeing what they got up to, before they reunited with dear old dad. I guess that is kind of what spoilers. 28 years later, we do get a kid protagonist in that one.
Oh, yeah.
And then 28 years later, the Bone Temple. All I see is you got Ray Fiennes on the poster in his underpants, and he's like screaming and covered in face paint, so he looks like very metal. He looks, looks like he looks like Ozzy Osbourne a little bit. I don't know what's going on there. Anywho, this is just the Lizzie McGuire movie.
I was about to say,
Why not?
this is what dreams are made of.
Yeah, why not do a crazy dance? Yeah, hey yo, this is what dreams are made
I'm
of.
sure we've talked about it before, but you remember they were gonna do a Lizzie McGuire revival on Disney Plus, and then they passed on it because it was too adult.
Yeah,
which is, I'm sure Disney is now regretting, because she's kind of become an icon in these last couple of years for not maybe the greatest reasons, but it's there all the same. People really love her butt.
For the How I Met Your Father, which is everyone's favorite TV show.
Yeah, no, not that.
Usually considered the greatest show on at the moment.
Unfortunately, not. It's because she has a really nice butt, and people like to talk about it on the internet.
Oh well, it's like Mona Lisa with her famous smile.
Yeah.
The Hillary Duff with her famous butt. But see, like Lizzie McGuire, the original show was kind of the more mature of the Disney Channel sitcoms, because she was like shopping for bras in one episode. Like it was talking a little bit above like the That's So Ravens. Like slightly more tween to teen.
Funny enough, because it's funny because That's So Raven did do it had some sort of revival. I'm not really sure where it ended up at, though. Like, I know there was one, and I never saw a single episode of it, but, like, she was a single mom.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we didn't talk about the Cory in the House video game that...
Oh, yeah, I sent you a picture of it. Isn't that so fucking funny?
That's wild that is now, like, getting a revival.
They're trying to make it the Metacritic's, like, the most highly rated video game of all time. And so now, like, copies of it on eBay are, like, thousands of dollars.
Yeah. I tried to do that myself as a younger man. I tried to make North the highest rated movie of all time on IMDb, but I don't think it worked. Yeah, we're just wandering around. And it's funny because 28 Days Later also opens very slow and quiet, only it's like super compelling when it's just Cillian Murphy wandering around like the empty world. But also that's like the opening 10-15 minutes, and then that movie, goes nuts and doesn't really let up.
Oh wait, is that the mom?
It is the mom.
Oh shit!
They were looking for a photo of her, but they found a mom instead.
Wait, she doesn't look like a zombie though.
No. She might not be. She just sat in a house for 28 weeks, but somehow survived. Oh no, but she's a new, more deadly kind of zombie.
Oh my god, is she I was about to say, is she a new, more deadly kind of zombie? They kill by hug?
I think she just might be, traumatized, which has left her mentally unstable more than... Uh-oh, and here comes the guy from the comic Wanted as opposed to the movie. I got your puppies, you bloody
It's gonna
bastard.
be probably a weird this is probably something you're gonna make fun of me about, but I don't hate that Wanted movie.
I don't hate it either. I just don't think it's much.
It's
we
a
did talk
fun.
about.
It's kind of a fun thing to put on. It's kind of a hangover movie for me, as in I'll watch it. I'll just throw it on every once in a while in the watch in the background.
I can see that because it's very stylish, and you
Yeah.
got sexy people. You know, it's what
It
you
moves
want.
at a really good clip. Like it's almost always just kind of like barreling towards its ending. So
Add this to your list because I think I mentioned it as an idea, but we forgot about it. Was movies based on comic books that aren't superhero comic books?
mm-hmm. Oh, as a
that
commentary.
Yeah, and I remember I think you were gonna show me Wanted, and I was gonna show you History of Violence as like a double feature of some kind. So yeah, that would let's keep that in our back pocket before we forget. Because yeah, I thought that was kind of an interesting pitch. Even though I think weirdly Wanted is based on the comic is more superhero-y.
Yeah. I gotta admit, the comic book is one of those. Oh God, what her eye is freaking me out. Holy cow!
Her scary infected eyeball or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, they bit her. But did they break the skin? That's the important question.
I don't know because, like, as far as we know, all they have to do is like vaguely cough on you and you become a zombie. It's one of those things
it's
where
like it's fluid. Like it's got to be like the blood or saliva, or I guess jism if the zombies are shooting, but I don't think they are. Has to come into contact with you, and then you become an infect. Like Brendan Gleeson in the last one, the crow just like drips some blood into his eye, and that's enough to get him rage virused. But this one, she's got a bite mark, but I don't know. The zombie could have just like, like when a dog bites you, you're rarely bleeding. You're just like, ow, that hurts, damn it. I did get bit hard by a dog once, and it did bleed, and I did have to get the rabies test and what have you, but it did not.
dude, rabies is no joke, man. That shit will kill you, and if not kill you, it will supremely fuck you up.
Yep, it'll
like
make you crazy.
Yeah, well, there's also some kind of water thing associated with it that I've never quite understood, but like you literally like get allergic to water or something. I don't know if it's all mental in your head, but it's something to that effect. I don't want to speak out of turn, but like it's crazy what rabies can do to you.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. My main understanding of rabies is from a King of the Hill, where Bobby adopts a raccoon that then bites Dale, and he thinks he has rabies, but doesn't. But he's still going crazy in the woods and saying, "When I close my eyes, geographic shapes dance around in front of me, so I've since stopped closing my eyes." And then at the end, yeah, he ties up Hank and is like, "I'm going to do a blood transfusion and thus cure my rabies and gain your knowledge of propane and propane accessories." Yeah, no, rabies ain't no joke. But also it's funny because it wasn't like a scary Cujo dog. It was like a little yappy dog that did the deed.
Oh yeah.
And when they called the game and wildlife dude to show up and administer the rabies test, they were like, "Did you see it? Where'd you see it?" And I was like, "Oh, in this like." Because I used to bike around on Merritt Island, Florida. There was this like, it was an entire neighborhood that they'd cleared and they'd made like a road for like rows and rows of suburban houses, but they just never finished that project. So for a while, you could just slip through the gate, and it was basically just a long road with just cleared trees everywhere. So it was super cool for biking. And then yeah, there was a dog that bit me there, And then the game and wildlife guy's like, "Where did the bite happen?" And I was like, "Oh, around here." And he goes, "Oh, that's Sunshine." So like they knew Sunshine was a repeat offender. I guess she was biting a lot of people left and right. And yeah, and then she was like a not a stray, you know. She was like owned by people, but I guess she was just in the habit of leaving and just biting whoever she came in contact with. But thankfully, she was not rabid. Just a bad dog. He's getting his absolution, Tanner.
I would
So
very
she's
much
infected, but he doesn't know. And he snuck in to be like,
I
"I
would
love
very
you."
much not be like I would be like once they give you a clean bill of health we'll talk, but for now I'm out.
Oh, but he was just so desperate to be forgiven. Don't be touching this lady. But
And now you're infected.
let's get all that saliva and
Yep, let's
tears
get
into
all
each
that
other.
saliva. Oh man, that was a really salivy kiss. Did you
Yeah.
see that? They really wanted us to know what was going on there.
Yeah, well, it's the kiss of true love where you're using tongues a lot. I'd love it if there was like a G-rated Disney movie, but then like, you know, it's the prince and princess kissing at the end and their like tongues go at it, but otherwise it's like a totally all ages appropriate movie.
I would watch the heck out of that.
And then of course one of them becomes infected.
I mean, surely because he's in a locked room, they won't let him out.
They don't know what's going on. They're like, well, he must be mad with guilt. That's the only reason he's thrashing around. They're like, wow, this guy must really love his wife. Let's let him out. I guess she's kind of like a non-symptomatic carrier or something, because yeah, she's
Yeah.
got control of her
And now
faculties
she
there.
dies.
Oh no, now he's gonna give her a deadly kiss. Oh no, he's gonna punch her. Jesus. There we go. That's
That does, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, man.
Also, why did they leave this lady alone for so long?
I don't know, but they're redoing the eye gouging from the first one.
Yeah, they are.
Not as good because the first one really built up to that, but now this one is just like, well, we got to start at that level. Also, he seems a lot eviler than the other infected because he was like grinning, like, oh geez, he got out fast and is now just biting soldiers.
I just want to reiterate that all of this would have been avoided if those kids had just stayed in the house in the infected area.
Yeah, but so it's really their fault.
Yeah, it's really their fault. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and yeah, they should be put on trial for what they did to humanity.
I mean, if they cause humanity to die.
Tanner on mic advocating for executing children.
Not executing, but they can throw them in jail for a while.
Fine, putting kids in juvenile hall.
Yeah, juvenile hall. Look,
That's a real
man.
good use of resources as the world's ending. Be like, well,
look, man. I don't think kids get a free pass for shit. They knew what they did.
It's kind of like the Man of Steel, where in the middle of like Krypton's about to end, they're like, well, we got time for this General Zod trial. Like, that's definitely the best use.
You get them out, you get everything secure, and then after you put them on trial,
then make sure there are consequences for them sneaking out past curfew.
And then the dad just slams into him from behind. Just bam.
I mean, probably. Oh man, these kids are none the wiser that it's their parents that are to blame. I mean, more the dad, I would say.
Oh yeah, more the dad.
He just keeps screwing everything up. First, he cowardly runs away, and now he couldn't help but smooch his wife, who was under quarantine. Oh, hey, Rose Byrne, the ultimate badass. She's so good in that movie Sunshine, which I adore.
Yeah, she is very good in Sunshine.
Speaking of the Danny Boyle and Alex Garland. Oh man, Crowd Crush, one of the scariest things to consider.
Mm-hmm.
My mom tells a story of going to see Jaws as a young girl, um, and it was just a sea of people crowding the theater, and she didn't even get her ticket ripped because she was just being like held up physically, and like her arms were pinned because it was just a crowd of people rushing in to go see Jaws.
God, that is terrifying.
Yeah. You're just kind of being carried like an ocean wave by all the people that are excited to go see that shark.
That there Jaws.
Future Minteri probably will do all four of the Jawses.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a hot minute since I've seen Jaws. Like a hot minute.
That'd be cool. I mean, it's
Yeah.
always worth it to see Jaws. The sequels did not so much, but I'm sure we'll find some good stuff. Jaws 2
Son of Jaws.
is
Zombie
Jeanette
Jaws.
Swartzwell. And Jaws the Revenge is the guy who did the Taken a Pelham 1, 2, 3. So you know it's good. Anyway, Jeremy Renner is also doing a very bad job.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on that I mean, I guess he's on the wall.
He's doing his sniper thing.
All right, then I won't judge him till I see how good he is at handling this situation. Now that he knows there are zombies running around, he's a watcher on the wall, just like old Jon Snow.
They put him in a locked room that had another exit that was not locked. That is crazy. Not your dad. Don't open the door. Not your dad. Don't open. Oh, okay. He opened the door anyways.
Oh no, he's just doing his spitting. Also, he's doing the eyeball move again. I guess that's his signature wrestling move. It's the eye gouging. Which again, total ripoff of Cillian Murphy.
This is legitimately terrifying, I will say.
No, yeah, like I think it's funny, yeah, like what I remember liking about this one was the intensity, and that still is the case. That I do think like it's got one thing going for it, which is just that yeah, the actual scenes of mayhem and carnage are pretty scary. Whether it's him getting chased in the opening or all this like close proximity crowd, you know, like running and screaming in the dark, like this chaos here. Feels very real. Yeah, man, and Robert Carlyle. He's very committed in this very demonic role. Even though, yeah, it doesn't quite feel the same as the other Rage zombies from the previous one, because he's having like fun, which is
Oh
weird.
yeah.
You know, 'cause he's got the Rage virus, but it seems more like he has the Joy virus.
I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart.
And if the devil doesn't like it, he can sit on attack. Ow! Sit on attack.
Ow! Sit on attack. I just recently watched the Simpson episode clip.
Yeah, for Rod and Todd.
No, not that one. Where Ned was trying to get Homer out of a burning building, and he says,
Oh, yes.
he says, God, let Homer land on this sofa, tried and true. And he pushes him Homer out, and he hits the mattress, and he flies back into the house.
He bounces back in. Yep. Oh, that's one of the best episodes ever, where Homer, I had the best day of my life, and I owe it all to not going to church. Yeah, Homer, are you actually turning your back on your faith? No, no, no. Wait, yes. Yeah. Then, Ned cartwheels himself back into the house. Because, yeah, God did not guide Homer to the mattress, square and true. Man. Wait, Idris Elba cannot be target specific. He's now just like, shoot everything?
Kill them all. It's the only way. It's the only way to save.
Only way to be sure.
The only way to save Britain is to kill everybody in Britain.
Yeah. Yeah, man. These are supposed to be your survivors.
You have the daughter. You have one of them.
Wait, are you saying like, wait, Rose Byrne, you saved one kid, cut your losses?
I mean, if she has the cure for the zombie apocalypse in her blood, then I would be like, okay, we gotta get this. What we're doing. We gotta get this person to a lab immediately. I'm not saying I would still tell the military, hey, go look for this other kid, but like,
yeah, but like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Is Renner gonna go rogue?
Maybe.
Go rogue, Renner.
Here we go.
Somebody has started frying bacon in my house. My bacon senses are tingling.
Uh-oh, that's getting your infected hunger going.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna go and like attack the kitchen, smashing plates and jumping. Yeah, but all just for bacon. I ain't had bacon in a good while, because when I go for the breakfast stuff, I'm always a sausage man.
I'm a sausage man too, but I have recently been turned on to a bacon, lettuce, and mayo sandwich. Oh man, I can eat one of those a day, man. They are very, very good. I'm not a fan of raw tomatoes, so I don't do the raw tomato portion of that. But yeah.
See, I'm not a BLT guy, so I would have to like just do a bacon sandwich.
See, I don't like shredded lettuce, but if like a regular lettuce, I can regular lettuce I enjoy, but once you shred it, my enjoyment of it goes completely out the window. I can't stand shredded lettuce, but I like regular lettuce.
I have started to enjoy protein style burgers, wherein you put just the patty between two like leaves of lettuce, I can dig that.
Ooh. So like you get a burger, you get 2 pieces of lettuce, and you put it between the 2 pieces of lettuce as a not bun.
Yeah. That's I've started doing that when I go to In-N-Out sometimes to be a little less carby in a day. I'm like, hey, can I get it protein style? And yeah, they put it with 2 pieces of lettuce as the bun, and it's not bad. Listeners at home, we are giving you all kinds of diet tips in this episode. This is now a health podcast where our advice is still go to In-N-Out, but just, with lettuce instead.
If I could, I'd have burgers once a week. They're my favorite. So
Oh, I'd have them daily.
yeah, me too. Well, yeah, me too. But
And have at several points in my life. Yeah, man, if it was if I was in one of them virtual worlds like the Matrix, I would just eat, whatever I wanted all meals of the day. That would be I wouldn't be like using the power to fly like Neo. I'd be like, "Oh, cool, I can eat like an entire bag of zebra cakes and wash it down with a liter of soda just like Elf, and nobody will, I'll suffer no consequences because it's the Matrix." That's what I'm saying. If I were the one, it would just be like Funyuns and vanilla sundaes and banana cream pie. Oh man, they're going to kill everybody. Writing a note later, which is watch more Rose Byrne movies. And I'm going to write another note. Watch the exact same amount of Jeremy Renner movies, which is to say, when I just happen to show up, when he happens to show up in things, I won't turn it off. That's my usual. I guess I am sympathetic to that even though I do like him, I've always thought he's a pretty good actor. I'm definitely not like, if there was a book out called like Jeremy Renner's Life and Films, I would not be that interested. Grab it. I would not be like, wow, that's the guy I want to know all about. This one is a little Jurassic Parky kinda.
Yeah.
Because it's like a bunch of little kids running around.
Zombie zoo. Mm.
Yeah, they're dancing at the zombie zoo. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, because it's a bunch of little kids running around, and there's a lot of like labs. This is the 5th time we've fumbled a Jurassic Park sequel, and we've become exceedingly efficient.
Well at it. Oh. I mean, I'm of the again. We've talked about this before. I actually am not. Maybe not 2 and 3, but that first Jurassic World, I quite like it.
Yeah, which is fine. That's your right.
Yeah, that's my. It's okay. It's my right. It's my prerogative.
It's okay to like a Jurassic Park sequel. To paraphrase the podcast that shall not be named.
And honestly, I have not seen Dominion or
Oh
this
god, all
Rebirth.
of
Well, actually, I
those.
watched a bunch of Rebirth on a plane out of the corner of my eye because one of the seats ahead of mine picked it as the in-flight entertainment. So
We have talked
I did
about it.
watch.
I watched the beginning of it and then immediately noped out because I was so angry at the premise. Because man, like we're now this is just a Jurassic Park commentary because as I talk about this, but man, oh man, I am so damn tired of hearing that nobody cares about dinosaurs and that they're just
Man,
a pain and inconvenience.
which is so crazy to me because like
The first
I
Jurassic Park
understand.
is all about the one that whole
Yeah,
beginning, that amazing intro, man. And like now, what 3 decades later, we're just getting dinosaurs suck and nobody cares about
yeah.
them. Like I don't get it. And like
It
yeah,
also has. It's also never made a lot of sense to me because yeah, like obviously after a generation, there wouldn't be like surprise that dinosaurs existed, but like if you saw an elephant or a giraffe or a lion, you would still be
yeah,
you'd
like
still be impressed. Like
like I
if you
I get it's realistic. Like you said, it's realistic in a way that eventually the appeal of dinosaurs would probably would probably go away a little bit. But like even so, man, like I don't need that kind of realism in my dinosaur movies, man. Let the world be still in love with dinosaurs. It's not
well,
real
yeah,
anyways, so
but again, man, like yeah, if you went to an island and you walked through a clearing and suddenly an elephant was walking past, I wouldn't be like, ugh, well, elephants exist, so I don't care. I would be like, holy shit, an
yeah.
elephant.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Like people
Mhm.
I mean, fucking lions have existed for millions of years, yet people still go to fucking nature preserves
Zoos
to see them.
and
Yeah.
safaris and what have you. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I
I guess
guess
safaris.
Well, and I guess the thing is like how many people really go to zoos nowadays? But like, I'm sure enough people still go to zoos and still love animals. And
Also a mix of that's also the mix of the moral stuff too. That like there's kind of a vibe now of like I don't really, I have some issues with like kidnapping animals. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, and then the argument always gets kind of like, well, most of the animals in zoos are like sick or not able to return to the wild, and it's like, okay, well, in that case, why do I want to go look at sick animals? Like that's
yeah,
sad. That's sad in a different way. So I understand, yeah, but see, that would actually be a more interesting angle for a Jurassic Park sequel to actually be like is it ethical to keep them, in
yeah.
their zoos?
Or just
Um,
focus more on animal preservation, like you just said. Like, I mean, there are wells to plumb besides just nobody cares about dinosaurs anymore
yeah,
and they're just a burden to the world. And I'm just like, oh, and then humanity is the real bad guy because we want to experiment on them. Like those are the
yeah.
two. Every Jurassic Park movie boils down to that, and it's just like I just can't anymore. Like I don't. It's
Remember
just not
Pete
interesting.
Postlethwaite in the second Jurassic Park. Remember, he's like the game hunter they hire to get the T Rex, and he
Yeah,
says like my commission, like what they're paying me, how they're paying me for this is they've promised me that I'll be able to hunt a T Rex one on one when this is all said and done, and it has to be a male. Uh, and like that's an interesting angle, yeah. Like I feel
yeah,
like a lot of weirdos and creeps would be like, I want to shoot me a dinosaur.
yeah.
Like, get me,
Exactly.
yeah. They wouldn't be like, yeah. But again, it's always
Honestly,
like,
again, like you just said, better a new and interesting way to do a Jurassic Park movie where it's just a bunch of big game hunters that got like secretly able to go to one of the islands to hunt big game, and they all learn the folly of hunting dinosaurs. Again, it's a bit of a horror movie, Jurassic Park, but at least it's something new.
yeah. And Jurassic Park should be a bit of a horror, but that is why, even though it's kind of dopey, Fallen Kingdom's kind of my favorite of the world ones because I like the haunted house part a
The haunted
lot
house part is a lot of fun.
because of how just bizarre it is that it's the spooky house but with velociraptors instead. Um, but no, what I always like about OG Jurassic Park is Steven Spielberg. He made Jaws, and then he made
E.T., and then he made your Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I like that Jurassic Park is kind of putting all three in a blender, because it's the horror movie stuff from Jaws, and it's the sense of wonder and child imagination of E.T., but then Alan Grant is kind of a, an Indiana Jones. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I get the best of all three of these movies, kind of all rolled into one.
They
yeah, I feel like
firebombed the
horror
fuck
part-
out of this out of London, by the way.
Yeah, by the way, yeah. We during our Jurassic World tangent, Idris Elba basically pulled an Oppenheimer.
Yeah, he basically
He's
blew
like,
up.
Yeah, the needs of the many, man. I've
And
made
it
the moral
didn't seem
calculus.
like it was that effective because there's still a bunch of people running around.
Yeah, they really didn't choose, like, if they were gonna drop a bomb on civilians, they did not pick the best area, because look, there's still tons of infected coming at them. I guess Idris Elba should just be like, let's nuke again, man, until they're all down. I mean, once you've decided the only option is we have to kill a bunch of people to prevent the spread, just keep dropping bombs, because what does it matter if you're like, well, I killed 100 people versus 1,000 people, there's a point where, once you've decided to be a needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, to quote Spock, like, you gotta go all or nothing in that case. But I guess Idris Elba just didn't have the belly for it. Also, our heroes should be walking a lot faster, because those infected are coming. Poor old Rose Byrne. And the two kids. And that guy, whoever he is.
Yeah, I gotta say, name any of their characters besides Rose Byrne.
I don't even know Rose Byrne's character's name.
It's Scarlet. I only know it's Scarlet because I was like, that's a really interesting name.
That's kind of cool. She's Scarlet. I think the girl is Tammy? Imogen Poots there? Or maybe the boy's Tommy. I don't remember. But you know what? It's sad the mom had to go, but they've got a better dad now.
Jeremy Renner.
They have an equally good mom and a cool new dad, so they kind of traded up these kids. No, a bunch of kings, I guess. Yeah, there's that creep, Prince Charles. I think he's the sausage fingers dude. Yeah.
Carter
he
Steam Gallopers.
He's the current. Charles III's the current king of the UK now that old Queen Elizabeth is pushing up daisies. And he's the one who has like the Horcrux hand. Sometimes it gets all black. Sorry, what were you saying? I just wanted to take a minute.
There was something about gallopers, and I just found it a very funny word.
Gallopers? Yeah, I don't know. I don't speak UK.
No.
Oh, well, I mean, it was a pretty miracle thing.
They firebombed her. We watched her get caught on fire.
Oh yeah, well, they could still find her. What if they find her in this merry-go-round? All of a sudden, she's like, I'm okay. Oh yeah, garters. Like one battle after another when he's telling her she's got to take the little signal thing, and he's like, put it in your garter, and she's like, my garter, Dad? Are you serious? Only 2 days till that movie hits 4K, and I'm gonna buy the crap out of it.
What, one day after another?
Yeah, one day at a time. What's One Day at a Time? Was that the sequel to Sex and the City?
Oh, the TV show? It's It's something like that. It's not exactly right, but it's close to that.
Yeah, where they kill Mr. Big.
Yeah, in the first episode. That show makes a lot of really weird choices about their characters.
I've heard.
There's the whole Miranda thing that I really didn't like. Yeah. Not so I never watched much of it. I was actually a big Sex in the City guy as a teen.
Yeah.
Not just because it was called Sex in the City. I promise listeners at home, but
Oh no, I mean, I don't think that show was particularly like they talked about sexy stuff, but I would not call it like a show for like teenage boys to leer or
yeah.
what, you know. It was like The Simpsons says, it's about four women who act like gay men. Was the premise of that show. Rose Byrne's got the right idea.
Yeah, does she?
I don't know.
Nah,
Just saying,
I know. I
like,
was saying, can you describe what her motivation, what her
I think you were just
what her
saying,
goal
like,
is?
I think she was just saying like children are the future. That's why we gotta protect these kids. And Jerry Renner's like, I don't disagree.
I think it's more that they have
exciting.
special. I'm pretty sure it's more that they have special blood.
Oh, right. Because the mom was carrying the infection but was not infected. So they're like, these kids are important.
Yeah.
Not kids in general. That's more Megalopolis, where that movie's all about how children are the future.
Megalopolis.
Good movie.
And it's a movie. The jury's out on whether or not it's good.
I'm Team Megalopolis is an interesting movie.
Yeah, I was about to say there's a far better way for you to say it. It's an interesting movie for sure.
We do have to do Megadoc at some point on the Mentaries.
The hell is Megadoc?
That's the documentary about the 20-year making of Megalopolis, which I've heard is great because like Shia LaBeouf turns out to kind of be the villain because he is like punching people on set and being a wild man in all the footage. And I guess you also get to see Ryan Gosling read for it because he was going to be the Adam Driver character when he tried to make it back in 2002. So you get like footage of him auditioning and stuff. So that sounds like a good time. Oh man. That dude was just like, you want to fly with me, asshole? That's kind of psychotic. He's like, oh, you're jumping on my helicopter? Well, why don't I just kill you? Oh shit. Again, the infected running across the field that they keep showing as a recurring image in this movie, very frightening. Like
That's very
my,
frightening.
like, survival instincts going of like, oh fuck. It harkens all the way back to, like I said, like playing tag or whatever, where you're like, oh shoot, I'm doomed. Whoa. Damn, they just took out a wave after wave of these creatures. Body parts flying all which way.
You know, it's funny because as much as 28 Days Later is a very by the books,
Yeah,
is a very by the books zombie movie. Very much more interesting movie than this movie.
oh yeah. I actually consider this one kind of a little more of a by the the books because it is a lot more just like running.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very military too, which is not, yeah.
I feel like 28 Days Later, like, is kind of conventional in its way, but like the vibes kind of make it feel very unique.
Yeah, well, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, whereas this one, yeah, like is kind of kind of regular. Also, yeah, I do think like characters are way better in 28 Days Later. Obviously, yeah, Cillian Murphy and Tia Dalma, I think, are pretty great in it, and their love story is pretty compelling. And I like old Brendan Gleeson becoming everybody's dad, and you
Yeah.
feel for his. Also, Christopher Eccleston is a good villain.
Oh yeah, though he is a very good villain.
Yeah, and I feel like you're kind of missing that here, even though I guess they do kind of avoid the man is the real monster in this one. But it also kind of means you're just running and screaming. There's not much, there's not like a human drama.
Yeah, there's not that is true.
Well, I guess it's weird because like I think killing Robert Carlyle and the mom off very early is kind of a mistake because that was like a sort of interesting, tension.
Premise. Yeah.
Yeah, but it stops like halfway through the movie, and the rest is just them fleeing zombies, more or less. Maybe if Robert Carlyle was part of the crew, and his thing was just that he just keeps failing people until he's the last guy again, that would be kind of funny.
That would be funny.
It was just him getting like more and more chances to redeem himself, but always just running away when people are in danger every time. Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen the fourth one, The Bone Temple, so the jury's still out, but I feel like when all is said and done, this one will solidly be
The
my least
last.
favorite of the four. But who knows? This is a pretty cool shot. And them coming in through the fog.
Yeah.
Like like the grasshoppers in A Bug's Life. Which, listeners at home, let's get a compilation video together of all the times I bring up A Bug's Life, because it's a shocking amount for a movie
Honestly,
that's not even
maybe that's another one to add to our animated
animation.
Sunday. I haven't seen
Yeah,
Bugs Life in like I probably the last time I saw Bugs Life was as a kid. I would not be
same.
against going back to that well.
No, it's weird because it's not even my favorite Pixar. It would actually probably be in the lower half if I were ranking them. But I think because it's one of the very first like 2 or 3 movies I ever saw in a theater, it really like imprinted on me.
Oh yeah.
Like, because I would have been like 5 or 6 when I saw it on the big screen, and yeah, that kind of like it stuck with me, even though I don't actually think it's like that amazing, but very interesting. Yeah, like it's become my litmus for a lot of movies where I'm like, oh yeah, this is like that shot of A Bug's Life. Oh yeah, Rebel Moon is just like A Bug's Life. Now, as a younger man, one of my dreams of being a filmmaker was I want to do a stunt where somebody's on fire, because those are always very cool to me.
Yeah.
But now that I'm a grown up and I know myself, I'm kind of like, you know what? I'd rather not be in charge of that.
You don't trust yourself?
I don't trust myself that I can handle dangerous stunts, I gotta say. Like, I feel like I would be like getting distracted, and then several stunt people will be killed on my watch. Or I'd pull a Robert Carlyle. They'd be like, "Help me, I'm on fire," and then I'd just start running down the meadow. You can tell it's the UK because they're driving on the right side. I think. Oh, hey, Big Ben.
Big Ben.
Whoa. They're full on like, let's kill these people.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess Idris Elba's policy still applies of like we're not
shoot on sight, man.
targets. Huh?
Shoot on sight, man.
Yeah. No, we're not doing selective targets no more.
Mm-hmm.
Just anybody down there is a potential infected. So, pew pew pew. I forget who makes it out of this movie, because
I mean, there's only 3 people left at this point, so
yeah, but
I
there's
assume
only
the
like,
kids are good. I assume the kids are fine. So
yeah,
Rose
probably
burns the.
I guess our three people survived the last one, but I feel like because there's 10 minutes left, I'm kind of like Roseburn will probably die
Oh,
before
yeah.
the end of this. What? Who knows? Maybe all 3 of them will get it, get on to the next life. Man, they gotta stop going into dark places in zombie movies. That's just a bad idea. Oh, getting a little found footagey here.
Oh, yeah.
Getting a little wreck or quarantine, the American remake. Another great zombie movie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Quarantine and both of them are actually really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yep. Oh, speaking of zombies, in preparation for Sam Raimi's new movie Send Help, I'm been watching his early stuff, and I saw Within the Woods, which was really good. A short movie that's kind of like his practice for the Evil Dead.
You know what's also crazy
Mhm.
that I just thought about? We've been watching 2 zombie movies. This is our second zombie movie, and we have not once touched on the fact that you are a zombie.
Oh yeah, what are we talking about? I mean, it's rude. You wouldn't be like,
But I should be
hey,
asking you about your people. I mean, this is the life you live. When you're not doing these commentaries with me,
no,
when I
I
don't
mean
chain you up to the desk.
I mean, that's inappropriate, Tanner. If you're watching Breaking Bad with a Mexican man, you're not like, hey, as a Mexican man, how do you feel about all this going on with the cartels? Like,
You can if you pose it in a sensitive manner. Like, how do you
No,
feel about your people's representation in this movie?
Hey, look, man, I don't see race, so I don't even. Which means I don't understand this move. That was my buddy who's a stand-up. That's one of my favorite jokes where he says, "I don't see race." So Django Unchained was really confusing. Which I've always thought that's a good gag.
Oh, wait, is that Don? Is he back? That's a pretty that was a pretty terrifying shot. Though I do find it funny that Don's the final zombie, which is kind of like how did he just so happen to find his kids again in London?
I guess he was trailing them for a while. I guess he's kind of a smarter zombie than
See, then there you go. Yeah, oh. The only smart zombie I like is you.
Aw, that's right. Actually, when we were talking about smart zombies, I should have been like, as a smart zombie, I do wish there was more smart zombie representation.
I know there's a whole bit we haven't been doing, which I just now thought about. 1 hour and 33 minutes into our second to last zombie movie.
Yeah, no, I'm a zombie who finished college. So you should have been like, you're a credit to your people. Zombie scholarship.
Yep. He got it on scholarship. I mean, technically, we did live in the state that said no child left behind. That could have meant zombies too.
So no zombie child left behind.
Yeah.
Oh man, your dad is drooling on you. Oh shit! I didn't realize they kill the kid potentially.
Shoot him!
Be able to
shoot him, Imogen Potts, because that's who that actress is.
Will she be able to shoot dear old dad. Oh, she did. And I believe it's Imogen Poots, which is even funnier.
Poots sounds just too much like Toots. Like that's
yeah. Well, I guess Imogen Potts makes me think of like Pol Pot doing his genocide. Aw, a single tear. Did he run away because you killed my dad, or did he run away because I'm gonna turn into a zombie and eat you? Man, don't be running in train tunnels, first of all.
he just tumbled down.
Yep. Just laughing at kids for tripping, Tanner. Shame on you.
I've been very mean to children this commentary.
Yeah.
I also advocated for them to be tried. So...
Oh, wait. I keep forgetting that they're potentially immune, so, like, that's why it's not so bad.
Yeah.
That he got bit.
They were the chosen, but they were the chosen ones.
Yeah, man. They're gonna save humanity because they don't get sick when you bite them. That's my impression of an infected as a zombie. Going. Oh.
Were you impersonating your people biting people?
Yes. Dad, you killed the zombie Flanders. He was a zombie. Hey, they made it out okay. Not poor Rose Byrne. She's donezo. Oh, now they're in the Ted Lasso theme song.
Have you ever watched any Ted Lasso?
I watched the pilot and I enjoyed it, but never followed up.
People always say it's so great, but I've never watched it.
But I've gotten a little more suspicious. Just because the fans are very annoying, but that's not their fault. That's not Ted Lasso's fault, per se. I do remember there was a guy who, I think I've told this story, even though it's not a story, it's just a funny thing that happened on Twitter. But we're going to end this commentary talking about Ted Lasso. Basically, the guy said, like, a very normal thing where he was like, season 1 of Ted Lasso was really good because he had to, like, win people over, but season 2, everybody's friends, so it's not as interesting. Like, that was his point, which I think is just a very regular, fair critique of a show.
Yeah.
But then someone responded by being like, or maybe you don't like it because Ted Lasso treats women with respect, unlike you. The men of Ted Lasso go down on their women. And I guess there is a line, like a passing line in Ted Lasso where a character goes like, no, you gotta go down on ladies, man. You can't, like, just be given, or receiving but not giving. But that got misconstrued and people were like, wait, is there an episode of Ted Lasso where he teaches his sports team to go down on women? like by drawing, charts on the whiteboard or whatever? And for a long time that became like a common myth about Ted Lasso is that there's an episode about how to go down on ladies. But that is not the case. Unfortunately, I think that would be a great episode to do. But
I don't, from what I know of Ted Lasso, it's not a very sexy show.
No, I don't believe so. It's just about, being kind and what have you, because he's like, everyone's a jerk, but Ted Lasso is a nice man who changes their hearts or whatever by teaching them, how to be kind. through the magic of sports. But see, look, also Jurassic Park there.
Yeah. Do 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 do.
Yeah, and all the zombies are flying like the birds. They're like flapping their arms across the water. And he's like, wow, how
zombie
beautiful.
zoo, man. Zombie zoo.
Yeah, full of all these critters. Oh man. So wait, it was 28 weeks later, but now it's 28 days later than the
Again.
28 weeks later. Which I guess is technically that makes it 32 weeks later, roughly. So this epilogue, 32 weeks later. Aw, for Dad. Here's a helicopter. Uh-oh. Whoa. Kind of
So I guess we
was shot like this. Ah, they're in Paris.
I guess we've gone global.
Yeah. Which I don't believe 28 weeks later really follows up in that way. But
Oh, so wait, what's 28 months after?
oh, there is no 28 months after.
Okay, so that's a like an asylum mockumentary because it came up on my thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a movie called that Amazon's trying to get me to watch called 28 Months Later.
That must be a ripoff or something. Because yeah, I joked on the
No, it's 28 months after. So it's not even yeah, it's not. It's a mockumentary of it's Asylum Presents kind of one.
Wow, there's like a cash in. That's crazy. 28 months after. We have to watch that after these. But yeah, I was joking on that last commentary that they skipped from weeks to years. So there is no official 28 months later, unfortunately. But yeah, that was 28 weeks later. What'd you think, Tanner?
Honestly, I checked out for quite a bit of that middle act. So I mean, it wasn't bad, but like once they started firebombing and stuff, I was I lost the plot a little bit there.
No, agreed. It's kind of a bummer because I remember liking it, and I think I still think it's okay. But yeah, definitely didn't wow me as much as when I saw it. I mean, I never thought it was amazing, but I remember back in 2007 when I watched it, I remember mainly because the zombie chaos and carnage scenes and them running and stuff is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like, yeah, the characters are a little bland, and there's a lot of just kind of meandering in that zombie movie way, where they're just like, we just kind of got to run in the direction.
Yeah, there's a lot of like military and a lot of shooting and a lot of that. I mean, it's not bad. It did not hold my interest as much as 28
Days.
28 days later. Like I enjoyed 28 days later and was following the plot a little bit more than the other, as it very quickly kind of lost me.
No, I agree. So now all that remains is 28 years later where our boys come back. This is Danny Boyle directing and Alex Garland writing again.
Oh, but by the time, I mean, the Bone Temple's out, right? So technically, it's not the one that's all that's left now. Or at least it will be.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I guess the all that's left of these Mentaries for the time being, because
until we get
into. Who knows? Maybe we'll maybe after I see the Bone Temple, we'll do you'll find your very special alternative viewing.
Yeah.
To
we'll sneak each other into the movie theaters just like we've always done. That's what we do with new movies.
I'll show you my the AMC that I own.
Yeah, David will fly me to his Zombie Land, and we'll watch it on the big screen at the AMC.
My own zombie zoo.
Yep.
But on that note, I know we're in a credits, but I actually have to go to disobey Thailand in a manner of speaking. have an adventure with the turlet. So
All right. Well,
on
that
that
means
gross
yeah.
note, we'll meet you guys shortly thereafter. Because jump over to the next vid for 28 years.
This is your also listeners at home. This is confirmation that zombies do go to the bathroom.
Yes, I'm a new breed of there's the smart zombie, there's the immune zombie, and I'm a new kind, the going to the bathroom
Go
zombie.
to the bathroom. So, all right. Well, we will see you guys in the next commentary for 28 years later. Later.
Yep, this is later. All right.